Galaxy S9, the camera reimagined, the most complete smartphone out there, and a beautiful design. Hey guys, welcome back to Tech Club by Chaitanya Snuria, and this is the review of the Galaxy S9 Plus. The Galaxy S9 Plus is one of the most beautiful phones out right now. Its glass on glass design looks very beautiful, and coupled with that gorgeous AMOLED Infinity display, the device just takes your breath away. Holding the device feels just right, but the device has gotten thicker, and you can definitely feel that if you compare it with the Galaxy S8 and the Galaxy Note 8. And on the contrary to some, I feel the device is not at all slippery. But that does not mean that you don't need a case. You do need a case, but for a whole different reason. The device is very glossy and loves fingerprint smudges. To avoid putting all the smudges and to protect your device, you need a case. While we are on the topic of protection, you will need to protect that gorgeous Infinity display too. I suggest the Whitestone Dome Glass. It is just great, and I am personally using it. It is very clear and the touchscreen feels silky smooth. The Galaxy S9 and the S9 Plus comes with Exynos 9810 and Snapdragon 845, depending on the region. I have the Exynos variant over here, and I must say, it crushes everything you send its way without a hiccup. And in the Antutu benchmark, it scores a whopping 249,000. While in the Geekbench, it scores around 3700 on the single core and around 8900 on multi-core. This is impressive. But on Geekbench, each test varies result a lot. The Galaxy S9 Plus comes with 6 gigs of RAM, whereas the Galaxy S9 just comes with 4 gigs of RAM, which will definitely hinder its potential to keep apps open in the background. Powering this device is a 3500 mAh battery in the case of Galaxy S9 Plus and 3000 mAh in the case of Galaxy S9. The battery life on the Galaxy S9 Plus is great, with it being able to keep the device alive a whole day. The person who would not be satisfied with the battery life would be the ones who stay in the direct sunlight whole day, as the device goes to full brightness, which takes a huge toll on its battery. Moving to the most hyped thing in the Galaxy S9, Galaxy S9 Plus comes with dual camera setup, where one is 2x telephoto lens and the other is the variable aperture lens, which it shares with the Galaxy S9. The lens has two f-stops at f1.5 and f2.4, where the f1.5 is for low light photography and f2.4 for when it's bright sunny out. The camera takes very sharp pictures and they are very pleasing to look at. It performs exactly like you expect a Galaxy flagship to perform. The focus on this camera is really fast. It feels like a blink of an eye. You also have live focus mode, which is amazing and takes beautiful pictures with pleasing bokeh. And Samsung implementation of adjusting the background blur afterwards is just pure genius. And along with close-up pictures, the camera also shows the wide-angle picture. The most hyped feature of the Galaxy S9 would be the super slow motion video, which records video at 960 frames per second at 720p. This super slow motion mode takes a 0.2 second moment and stretches it out to 6 seconds. That is amazing. But this feature has already been bested by Sony, offering 960 frames per second at 1080p. And this is not a feature that you would be using every day, but it is great to have that. You can also take this slow motion video and put them as your lock screen, which looks really cool. You also have AR emojis, which in my opinion are a disaster. We all know what Samsung is trying to do over here. It is trying to compete with Apple, but Apple is using an additional sensor for that. Samsung's implementation is not at all impressive, with apps like FaceRig doing much better job in doing the same thing. You also get selfie focus in the camera app, which is just great. The picture looks beautiful if you don't go into too much details. But there are some flaws with this camera. Like the live focus and selfie focus takes very soft and grainy pictures in low light conditions, to the point where you switch back to auto mode to get the pictures. The camera is able to capture 4K videos at 60 frames per second, but you lose stabilization for that. And not forgetting that you need a huge storage to save those kind of files. Luckily, the device now supports new high efficiency video format, which saves up a lot of space. The Bixby has been updated too, with Bixby able to do so much now, like live translation, which is just amazing. Galaxy S9 family finally comes with what we always have been asking for: dual speakers. And they are loud. And trust me, when an Indian guy says in the middle of the noise that it is loud, it must be loud. There is Dolby Atmos too, but being a huge Viper for Android fan, the audio did not amaze me. And I kept finding ways to run Viper for Android on a non-rooted device, and there were none. The Samsung Experience UI is very beautiful, and it is my personal favorite UX. But when it comes to bloatware, Samsung does a bad job with putting 2 of every app in the device. 2 gallery apps, 2 browsers, etc. To my surprise, the device did not come with Samsung Music, which I use on daily basis. So what I do with all this bloatware, I disable all the Google apps, as I like the Samsung version. The device has new security feature called Intelligent Scan. What it does is it unlocks your device by scanning your face or your irises depending on the situation. But in my experience, I found it to be slow and not wanting to use it. So I shut it off and went back to fingerprint scanner. Which brings me to the fingerprint sensor, which is perfectly placed for me. The device is IP68 water and dust resistant, so you can make a couple of underwater videos and it will be fine. And the feature that nobody knows about is the blood pressure sensor. Yes, the Galaxy S9 can measure your blood pressure, but it is in kind of beta testing, so it is not officially out right now. But I will be making a video about how to use it and how to get it. So in conclusion, is the price of the Galaxy S9 justified? I would say that it is subjective. But in terms of performance and build quality, it is definitely premium and worth every penny. So I believe it is the best smartphone on the market. I hope you like this video, and if you're new here, please subscribe to this channel and do follow me on Instagram as well. This is Chetan S. Noria signing off.